this chin up, tits out is actually a mantra. It's a lifestyle brand. This is, I mean, at least this wave of your journey. Um, when do you feel like you need to use, at what points in your life do you feel like you need to say this to yourself the most or really channel that energy?
All the dang time, really. I don't think there goes a day where I have to, pitch myself up and coach myself to do that. Now, most recently, I just had my first baby 2 months ago, so it's been a challenge, a positive challenge, obviously, and of course, but those moments where baby's crying, you can't figure out what's going on, and you've done your diaper change, you've done the feed, you've done the rocking back and forth, and baby's still crying. You're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? You're just like, no, 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 this is normal. Chin up, tits out. Like, you got this, girl. Like, you have not made it this far to say you don't got it. Like, you got it. And previous to this, I've done it in my career multiple times. I've done it in personal lives and relationships. There's been not a topic or a section of my life that I have not used that mantra. So I think it can go in all different variations and varieties and chapters of your life. It's just one of those things that I'll carry on forever with me.
And how have the fans picked it up? Because it's something that it's just kind of like it's that forward pep talk that I feel
Mhm.
even me, like as a leader, I've had to not really say that exact phrase, but I've had to be like, get up, we've got to do this. We have to go on forward. Come on, I'm with you. I'll do it with you. But I feel like, just being like now that in a leadership or being in a role where you have a little bit more responsibility to fans, to readers,
Yeah.
how has that been passed down to them? How have they recepted?
It's so much fun, actually. It adds another level to my entertainment and my pride, actually, because when I hear somebody come to me going like, "Oh man, I read this and changed my perspective," or "Oh my God, this was so heavy, but it was so lightly written," if that makes sense, and fun to go through. And I went through something very difficult, and I used this chin up, tits out, and it helped me. And I love hearing and reading and seeing that my little mantra has helped other people. And it's women across the board of all ages, from 16 years old to your great grandma. But then on the flip side, it's also helped men. I've had other male writers that I've met, just through networking, and they're like, man, I used this when I was going through a depression spout. COVID has really opened our eyes and challenged us mentally in all different types of ways. And I've had a couple of people males reach out and say, hey, just this helped me, so thank you. And I'm like, oh, hair flip.
Yeah.
Like, this is great. I absolutely love it. And it's catchy. And it's, if people don't know what it is and don't kind of have their blinders on, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's so provocative, and that's, it's not positive. And I'm like, no, 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 it isn't provocative, it isn't sexual. It's hold your head held high, shoulders back, chest up, chin up, but let's be realistic. People like to judge a book by its cover. So if I throw chin up, tits out there, it's going to catch attention. And, if you're saying that inside of your brain, it's guaranteed to make you like giggle just a little bit. Cause, like, why not? Where's your inner child?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the way the covers are designed. Yeah, it's very like it looks very fun and lighthearted. It looks like chicklet. It looks exactly like a
Yeah.
rom-com kind of chicklet. But it's funny that men think that because men always have to have this fierce or this like manly, I have a son, so they always have this pressure to have that kind of, yeah, get after, get
Oh,
some kind of
yes.
mentality.
Yeah.
So that is really, really crazy that men
I
relate
love
to it.
it.
But I think men also want to know kind of the secrets behind what makes women fierce or what makes especially like a go-getter woman.
Mhm.
I don't know what their fascination is particularly behind it, but I feel like some of them are always, they're either asking or they're kind of looking at it or looking at like what we do. I'm like, well, yeah, of course, because we
We're good.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
can run the world. You know what? I definitely agree with you. It blows my mind, but then when I sit back and I think about it, and there's a lot of talk these days and push to, allow men to experience their emotions and share their emotions, where when we grew up, our dads and our grandpas and our uncles and our brothers were all encouraged to be the stone, to be the man of the family, to not show their emotion. But nowadays it's like, okay, oh, I come from a place where I'm like, express your emotions. That's what makes you strong. Bottling your emotions does not make you strong. It's like sweeping the dust under the rug. Eventually you're going to have a mound of dust and you're going to trip over it, and it's not going to be it's going to be funny to watch you fall, but it's not really going to be funny, like metaphorically. So like, and that's what it is chin up to out, is like, embrace your emotions. Like, you're allowed to feel negative emotions, but if you bottle them up, they're going to bubble and then eventually erupt like, a volcano, and that's just no fun for anybody. And the closer you are to that volcano, the more damage it's going to cause, not only you but your loved one as well. And from far away, might look entertaining to the outsider, but from close up it's not. And so this whole chin up tits out not only encourages men, or sorry, women, but men as well, just to embrace those emotions and to, strive for confidence. And it's sometimes easier, way easier said than done, but it's like a little practice. You got to kind of practice it every day.